This week's topic is how our childhood related to our identity as being trans. And yeah. I don't really know if my childhood related or anything. I mean, I have certain things that I would do or did, or things that would happen that were kind of signs, but nobody knew what that was. It wasn't anything major. And I'm gonna not just talk about my childhood, like what everyone else would perceive 10 and below, maybe. I don't know what people would consider childhood. To me, childhood is before I became aware of things and the world and what gender identity was and just everything in general, which was about, I would have been 13, 14, because it was 8th grade going into 9th grade, and it was that summer that I started actually questioning things. But some of the things I did as an actual child younger was my brother was going over to the park. Okay, we lived there was our house, and then we lived in a little neighborhood, and there was a park right behind our house that sort of wrapped around our house and another house on the block, and we would go over there all the time, just constantly. And my brother was going over there one day, and I don't remember how it got brought up, but I asked if I could not wear my shirt, and I would have been 6, maybe 6. I would have had to have been below the age of 8. I know that, because I moved when I was 8. But I went to the park without my shirt on, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was completely normal. My parents didn't see it or anything, so they didn't hound me or question or anything like that. When I was a kid, I played with all kinds of toys. Barbies were one of my favorites, I'd have to say, but I liked playing out in the sandbox and out in the dirt and doing stereotypical guy things. But I still liked girly things, although I didn't like to dress girly. I mean, I didn't revolt against it or anything and start throwing a huge fit, but I wasn't I didn't care what I wore, and I didn't care about my hair. As long as, my mom said that as long as my hair was out of my face, I didn't care about it. If my hair was in my face, that would be my only problem. I had one older brother. I have. He's 6 years older than me, so we used to fight and everything, and yeah. When I was a kid, I was the stereotypical tomboy, I guess you could say. I liked to play outside and do stuff. I mean, I never really was aware of gender or anything like that until 8th, 9th grade. So my childhood is actually kind of a blur for me, and I really don't know what happened exactly, in any kind of certain instance. I was into motorcycles because my dad had a motorcycle, and I liked that. That was about it. I don't remember much of my childhood at all. It's just, I don't know. But when I got older, in 7th grade, I tried to be girly and actually put effort and all of that, and whatever girls were supposed to do, or whatever I thought girls were supposed to do, because I had a best friend and she was 2 grades ahead of me, but only 1 year in age ahead of me. So she had already started a little early, so it sort of kind of pushed me oh, I guess I gotta try and do this. And I had tried to be girly, and I didn't know, I couldn't pinpoint why I didn't like it, but I would sit in class, and at the beginning of 7th grade, I tried, and then I gave up. But I would sit in class, and I would just feel so uncomfortable and just hate it. My pants didn't bother me. I wore really skin-tight skinny jeans and Converse, and I would try to wear more girly tops and I didn't like that. So I just went back to wearing like plain old t-shirts, and I just had my hair up in a bun. After the end of 7th grade, I gave up, and then at the beginning of 8th grade, I had tried again, and I had actually learned more of like how to do my hair and what to wear, and was still really uncomfortable, but I just pushed through it because I thought that was normal. I was just like, well, it's just my size, I'm just a little bigger, and that's why it bothers me, and I didn't really know why. So that's all I have like on my childhood. I don't remember most of my childhood, but I'm really looking forward to everyone else's videos this week. I think it's a really interesting topic, and I like it. I don't know. Yeah. See you next week.